I don't get sick. I don't get sick. I just don't. I know there's lots of people out there who get sick. Like every once in a while, I don't know what people, they get. You get a cold or you get a flu. I never get a cold. Period. I never get a flu. Period. I don't take any prescription medicine. Period. I don't even take aspirin. Sometimes I'll go backpacking with the guys or be doing some athletic thing outdoors and they're like, here, take these ibuprofen because you're going to want these later. I don't take that. I don't take any of this stuff and I never get sick. So I got to figure either I'm like a space alien and I'm different than everybody else or I'm doing something different. And I'm pretty sure I'm not a space alien. I'm pretty sure I'm doing something than most everybody else. And so the question is, well, what is it that I'm doing differently? Number one is I think I eat pretty well. I'm not like super Mr. Clean diet. I don't do raw or anything like that. I eat a lot of chicken. I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of fruit. I eat pretty light. Probably eat more chocolate than I should, but that's life, right? If there's a bag of cookies, I'll eat the bag of cookies. So I usually don't have a bag of cookies around. But I eat pretty light, and this is really key because last night I was on the road driving around away from my house and I needed to stop for dinner quick before a meeting and I went to Panda Express. And that's fast food. I usually think, well, it's pretty good fast food. Well, I can tell you I felt like shit after going to Panda Express. And I'm not bashing Panda Express. They do whatever they do. I walked into, the point I want to make is I felt like shit afterwards. And the point I'm making is I'm aware of that. I got an awareness. It's like I noticed that, hey, I ate this and now I feel like shit. And I think that's a strength I've got is I'm aware of how different things impact my health. Like I'm aware of like the times I've eaten MSG. I've been like real aware of that. Ooh, there was MSG in there. I'm not eating that again. I think, so number one is having a diet and being aware of my body. Number two is, I think I spend probably more time than a lot of people working on my emotions and clearing my body of toxic emotions. So I believe, and this is not scientifically tested, this is just my experience, is I spend a lot of time getting emotions out in a way that doesn't require my body to get sick. That's my belief. That's my experience. I can tell you over the course of my adult life is I've had, I don't know, maybe 8 different times of where my lower back has blown out completely. This is my story about my lower back blowing out completely. I was in my first marriage and we were near the end of the marriage and I'm an outdoors guy. I love Yosemite. We went to Yosemite and stayed down at the Yosemite Lodge with some friends. And it was a family event and my lower back blew out completely. I actually laid in Yosemite Lodge in Yosemite Valley while everybody else was out walking around, one of my most special places on the planet. That weekend, because it was a family weekend, I was miserable in that marriage. And here's the key to the story. The very next weekend I went out with the boys, the 2 Scots. I put on a full backpack, my snowboard, and I climbed to the top of Mount Shasta and snowboarded down. That was the very next weekend. And yeah, I was careful with my back, but the back didn't blow out. And that's because I was with the boys and not in that marriage dynamic that was no longer serving me. So what I'm saying is my lower back blew out and it was an emotional experience. It was a response to a deep emotional thing going on with me. And I believe that most of what people are calling dis-ease is deep emotions. I believe, and I don't have experience with depression, but I believe depression is an emotional thing. And that what people, I think it's crazy that people are taking drugs for 10, 15, 20 years, but that's just me. All I know is I don't get sick. And so I throw out the question, well, why is it that I don't get sick and what is it that I'm doing differently? And so I think the 2 keys are diet, Second one is my emotions and finding a way to get my emotions out that don't require me to get sick. And number 3 is my belief system. I know every year there are people who say, whoop, it's flu season, I hope we don't get the flu, or whoops, it's flu, or everyone at the office is getting the flu, and now I'm going to get the flu, and my kids are going to get the flu. I don't ever get the flu. I hang out with people who've got the flu. I don't get the flu. I believe that getting the flu is a belief system. It's a cultural conversation. And I'm not going to try and sell you on that idea. All I can tell you is I don't get the flu. So I'm just throwing that out there as an idea. And I'm just throwing out this whole idea as I don't get sick. So why is that? I must be doing something differently. So I throw that out there as an idea, as just for something for people to look at and a conversation starter in terms of, well, if I don't get sick, then what am I doing differently?